Alright guys, we're taking a look here at the Channel Islands new flyer. Anybody out there that's familiar with Channel Island surfboards has probably heard of the flyer model. It's been a very popular board through the years and has been somewhat reinvented for 2013. This board is, personally, the flyer is one of my favorite surfboards. Have had a couple and they've always been magic boards, so I'm really excited about the new flyer. What they've done here is really just made the board a little shorter. They've condensed the lengths on the board and allowed for a little more thickness in the rails and a little more width through the body, so you're still getting the same volume as you probably got with your original flyer, but in a shorter package. And what that allows for, that shorter rail line, is really going to give you the ability to make some tighter turns in the pocket. And with the higher volume on this board, you're still going to be able to surf it down into some pretty small to average waves, which is what we get a lot of here on the East Coast. The new flyer is very similar to the original flyer. You still got that bump squash. The board is available custom order with round tail or swallowtail option. Traditionally, the squash tail on this model seems to be the favorite. Again, enough overall rocker in the board that it can be surfed up into a little bit hollower conditions and ridden right on into some overhead surf if you want to. But day to day, it's still going to be great in smaller summertime conditions when it's a little bit more grovelly. We flip the board over and kind of take a look at the bottom. One thing they did change this year, the original flyer model was typically more of a single concave all the way through the tail. This year they actually came in and added a little bit of a, really starts out with a single through here, but kind of goes into some V as you get into the tail, really pronounced right here off the back of the tail. And that gives the board a really lively, responsive feel, particularly when you're surfing kind of, average to smaller surf. The board is available with any fin system, Future, FCS. You can get really whatever you like there. Looking at the rail outline, it's got just enough kick in the tail that it's going to really be responsive and snappy when you need it to be, but enough flat planing surface that it's going to generate speed in a little bit sub-average surf. Oftentimes people wonder what's going on here with the black stuff on the tail. These are really just carbon patches. They put these on the tails of a lot of surfboards these days to just reinforce. A lot of people are really hard on their tail with their heel or their toe edge. And so what these do is really just save that tail from getting the dreaded tail cancer that can sometimes happen with delamination. So if you see a board and it's got that on the tail, that's what you're dealing with there, is some reinforcement on the tail end of the board. But overall, a great riding surfboard that can really produce for you in a wide variety of surf conditions, from knee to waist high, right on up into head or slightly overhead surf. The key change you'd make in those conditions would be to change the size of your fins. A bigger fin and bigger waves is probably going to give you a little bit more hold so that you're not prone to sliding out. But again, all in all, the new flyer is a really exciting shape and very versatile. It's going to be one that works well across the board. So come in and check them out.
Thank you.